Welcome to Tarot for Chaotic Times. I hope you're doing well today. I was meditating a bit before starting this, and I got some interesting things coming through, so I'm not sure where this is going to go, but I kept hearing love for a bit, but then that transformed into love with no glove. So who knows if that's literal or perhaps a metaphor. We will have to dig a little bit deeper into that and see. I was also seeing lots of blue and light green and purple came in at the end as well. The blue and light green were like swirling and doing this honestly beautiful dance together. It was like they were swirling and then encircling and enveloping each other and creating like these rings. It was really beautiful. So I'm not sure if those colors maybe represent one energy each, if we are talking about love here, or not, or what. Again, we're gonna have to delve a little deeper into that and see, but I was getting the idea of like two separate energies doing a dance together, which did seem to fit. I also was seeing a house, like a very like a classic stereotypical house. It looks like it was probably built in like maybe the 60s, or I don't, maybe even earlier, like 50s kind of thing. It was, very just like A-frame, white siding kind of house. And the last thing that was coming through was a peacock, but like specifically a peacock in the moment of opening its tail, like in the act of opening its tail. It was like kind of like blooming, as they do. So some interesting imagery here. I could see how it all ties together. Like the blue and the green and the purple definitely brings to mind the peacock as well. But again, the focus for the peacock was really on that like blooming, opening up, revealing, revelation kind of moment. So I feel like that's the extra relevant part, and like peacocks are very flamboyant, right? And they're very colorful and bright, and they're really showy. So shall we say they're very hi, I'm here. Like you can't. It's really hard to ignore a peacock. So yeah, all of that I think is relevant. We're gonna get into this a little deeper and see how that goes. I do want to explain a little bit about how I do things. I think I've kind of just jumped right in and done a few readings without really saying much. I have been learning tarot since I was 10 years old, I think, when my grandmother gave me her deck. And I started delving into numerology around the same time. So these things are like very integral to my like formative way of understanding the world. And for a long time, I would just kind of do tarot, I wouldn't do a lot of preparatory work, although I've been finding that, and that was very successful in its own right, but I've been finding that trying to induce this trance state before going into a reading has been getting me a lot clearer messages. So that's kind of why I seem a little bit like, whoa, sometimes. I'm feeling a little bit more energetic today, but because I'm just trying to get in the zone. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm coming from, and I'll continue to talk more about my methods as I go, I'm sure, but I think that's good to start off for today. I'm just gonna try to drop back into that zone a little bit again. I got taken out of it by my phone not too bad, though, while I'm shuffling. So I read reversals for a lot of years. I'm finding them less and less useful as time goes on. Sometimes I'll get a specific, like, call, nudge, what have you, to do reversals, but I, in general, don't a lot anymore. So I don't think I'm going to be doing reversals today. Let me just check in. Yeah, no reversals. So let's get going on. I think we'll start with just love as the framework. Love with no glove. I'm thinking that, it could be literally exactly what you think. Or I'm thinking it could mean, like I said, be a little bit more of a metaphor for, unguarded love, opening up more, especially with the peacock, opening, revelation thing. I do think that is maybe the direction it's going. It could be both. It could always, it's, you know what? It's almost always both. When it comes to these sorts of things, honestly. So maybe it is both. All right. So let's get into it. I'm gonna just shuffle and oh wow, oh okay. I shuffled it like 2 times, starting off with a star. So of course, the star is healing. It's hope. It's renewal. It's a very spiritual card as well, which the blue I was seeing was very light blue. It was very like reminiscent of High Priestess's robes. So it was calling that to mind to me, which those represent connection to spirit, right? So there's definitely a very like extra spiritual vibe around this reading, I think. Especially now with the star coming out, it's really giving like perhaps divine love, and I don't necessarily mean like divine counterparts love, although it could be that as well. Oh wow, okay. While I was just doing that, I like moved my hands and the sun and the 6 of Pentacles fell out. So things are looking really good already. In this is really a lot what I was like talking about with like the revelatory aspect of the peacock tail with the sun and that already there. And of course, 6 of Pentacles is about giving, receiving, generosity, reciprocity, etc. So this is really good starting point for if it is a love reading. I am getting that vibe a little bit. What I'm feeling is there's like you're healing from something, of course. No, you're healing from perhaps less than ideal, all the way to very bad situations of the heart. Now, that could be romantic. It, in many cases, will be. But it could be about just humanity at large, people at large. You could have been betrayed or burned recently, and you're feeling the after effects of that. But it feels like you're in a place where you are either about to or you're trying to kind of heal and come back from that, right? The star comes after the tower. So it's like you've maybe had a tower moment relatively recently. I guess it could be a little bit further off, but it's something that's still on, like, affecting you. It's still informing the choices you're making in one way or another, whether that is to be optimistic as the star and the sun and honestly the 6 of coins here would imply, and like look forward to the future and try to shine light onto forward into a brighter future of reciprocity, because it seems like the Six of Coins feels like it's here because of a lack of that in the past, right? It's like, it's kind of, if you're reading between the lines here, it's like the Six of Coins is relevant. Like, saying there will be reciprocity in a give and take would be relevant to say if there wasn't that in the past, right? So it's interesting that we have two of the most positive cards in the deck right off the bat, and then Six of Coins is also, I usually see it as a very good one as well. Like, of course, sometimes its darker side can be unbalanced charity and things like that, but you know, in general, I wouldn't say that's how I read it. I read it as really the card of give and take, or of even of charity, but like, it's not just like unending charity without any sort of anything in return. It's either like you do something for the other person one way or the other. There's always, Six of Coins is a very balanced energy, right? It's a six, so there's two groups of three. Especially indicated, the card I have, it's like, I don't know, it's not a very well-known or popular deck, but the card I have is, it's called the Neon Tarot deck. You could probably look it up if you want to look at the cards. They're really interesting. They're kind of like abstract drawings, and it is three coins hanging off of each end of a bar that looks, it's kind of like a scale. So it really is about, like I said, that equal give and take, that reciprocity, even if it doesn't have to look exactly the same on both sides, but you're both getting something out of it, right? So it seems to me like moving out of a time of turmoil, finding hope and joy again, finding renewal to move forward into a more balanced period. So that's honestly looking great so far. Let's see what else comes out. So underlying this, I have the Seven of Swords. So definitely some shadiness was the foundation for this new growth, because the sun doesn't always necessarily imply growth to me, but here it is giving a very like growth, very like warms the earth and so seeds will grow kind of vibe. So it seems to me there was some sneakiness. The Seven of Swords sometimes really brings gossip to the forefront of my mind, and that's kind of where I am here. So I don't know if this is, because it's the foundation, right? It's the bottom underneath these cards. So I don't know if it's just that, like, it gossip and some sneakiness and like some kind of like, I don't want to go so far as to say betrayal per se, because it is the Seven of Swords. If other cards that indicate betrayal come out, then yes, I would say that. But just like some shady behavior, business going on. Whether that just be something as simple this, I mean, gossip is not necessarily simple, but something like gossip or something more insidious than that, I'm not sure at this moment. But I think that definitely there's like a talking aspect here. It's very like it's very air sign. It's very it's suit, right? For me at this moment, more so than usual. So I think it definitely has something to do around gossip, that you are kind of rising above, and trying to create balance. Can I get some clarification on the Seven of Swords? That's it. The Hierophant. Huh. It's it's using traditional structures and like existing structures and like the rules that everyone's following in a certain group or space to enact the sneakiness. That's interesting. So I could see why you would need to rise above this. It's not this like it's more sneaky, honestly. It's more insidious because it's kind of gaslighty, right? It's using the rules that are ultimately meant to keep everything fair and everybody safe, and like the rules of engagement meant to kind of stop this thing. It's like this sort of thing, sorry. It's like twisting those to serve their purpose, their sneaky purpose. Okay. Okay. Uh, what 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 is the sneaky purpose? Um, there it is. Strength. To appear stronger? Mm. Okay. Yeah. It's twisting the rules to serve your purpose because you are not you you're the person, not you. I mean, I guess it could be you if you are this part of the reading. But the energy that is being healed from is using rules and structures and traditional values, traditional ways of doing things to appear stronger because they can't actually live up to that standard themselves. Like they are not strong. They're not strong. So they are using gossip and these things and like pretending to follow the rules and pretending to do things like properly to either distract or cover up the fact that they themselves that they can't follow the rules traditionally, the traditional rules that perhaps they themselves have set out, or like there's just this idea, this feeling I'm getting that it's like there's no one making them do this. Like there's not actually any rules. It's like they create these rules that they could never live up to keep, and but they like pretend that they do, and they pretend that they are, and they pretend that they can, um to but they're kind of rules that like most people would probably not live up to. would not be doing. They're like the structure, it's like it's this it's like almost like it's like giving perfection a little bit. Um it's like they created this structure that like is unreasonable ultimately, that they pretend that they can live within, so that when other people come around, or maybe just certain other people that they don't want, it's just like a built-in reason to like axe somebody, right? So it's like if you show up and this group or this person, this energy, whatever it is, doesn't want you around, or it's just like an easy way to get, it's an easy way to create an in group and an out group. And I'm not sure if it's like one person or like an entire group of people or like several people within a group. But it is seeming like kind of a really messed up situation. That's you're trying to heal from. You're trying to bring balance back into your life. You're trying to bring joy and hope and happiness back into your life. But there is also, with the sun there, a little bit of a sense of like illumination, like almost like you want to illuminate this, because it feels like you have kind of caught on to this. And it's like, it's almost like you want to illuminate it, but you know you can't, like, because of the way that this has been sneaky and gossip and sown distrust and that, like, you are not going to be able to just say something and have it be heard, because of this in-group, out-group kind of thing. You are going to have to kind of illuminate it by example, almost. And I don't know right now if that is you, like, just living well for yourself and hoping, like, you know, the truth comes out or justice is served, or if it's like you staying engaged with this, or in some way. Yeah, I'm gonna dig more into that. So like, you've have you have you caught on to this? Has the collective caught on to this? Is that oh, okay, yeah. So we got the Tower, the Five of Cups, and the Hanged Man. You did not at first. You didn't know what was happening at first, is what I'm getting from this. Something happened, though. We have the Tower and the Star here now. So, confirmation. Something happened. Something big happened that completely shifted your perspective with the Hangman as well. Like, obviously the Tower is always a perspective shift, but it's like a big one here. And, yeah, so it's like, you were not seeing it. There was some sort of collapse, likely in it. I think it was mostly in your life, but I think it had further reaching effects than that. And it's completely shifted your perspective. You, with the Five of Cups here, like, normally that's you're not seeing what you have left, but I am getting in this situation, it's actually the fact that you chose that perspective, that rather than just being like, wow, this is horrible, I can't believe these people did this, or even just believing them, you were like, nope, I got 2 cups left, right? And you're striving for the Star, but and with this perspective, it's like, with the hanged man, it's almost like you're willing to be patient for this perspective to spread, is kind of how I'm feeling. Something about the spilled water in the Five of Cups is giving me that too. Like, it's like you're just sitting there looking at your 2 cups, watching the water spill and trickle down from the 3 that have spilled after this Tower. And This is really interesting. Oh, I was just kind of I was trying to think of what the next thing to ask was. And then these popped out, so I'm going to look at them, but um, it's four. I don't think I'm going to take all four. I'm not going to take them, but I would like to mention that they are the Queen of Swords, the Nine of Wands, the King of Wands, and the Eight of Cups. So definitely a sense of being burdened by the situation and wanting to walk away, but not quite ready to give up with the Nine of Wands, and feeling like you have the wits and the power with the Queen and King, the Queen of Swords and King of Wands, to figure it out. Like you're not, you want to heal, but you don't want to heal by just like walking away and like minding your own business and like whatever. It's like, oh, the Ten of Cups is on the bottom of the deck right now as I look down. So it's like you could just walk away to your like fulfillment and happiness, but like there's like some aspect of this that is not sitting right with you. You want to bring that balance, that reciprocity into this situation. And at first it seemed like maybe you were moving on to that, but I think like this situation is still heavy on your mind. The fact that it came out after those bright cards, it's like, okay, that's the underneath of what's going on, and it is still relevant. Okay. Let's see. Now, we started out with love with no glove. Why is that? Where are we going from here? Can I get some information on that love with no glove thing? This is it. Huh. Wheel of Fortune. I think I get it. I'm gonna ask for it. Can I get some clarification? Eight of... Yeah, okay. It's Eight of Pentacles. In turning things around, there is going to need to be some work put in. And it's around your own heart space. This situation, with the proper work and growth put in from you, will completely turn your life around. Like it'll maybe just like one aspect of it, maybe just your relationships or whatever environment all of this was happening in. With the house that I was seeing at the beginning, it might be your family, a relationship, maybe just a living situation, some sort of chosen family kind of situation. Maybe you're in a polycule. You know, however it fits for you. It is. I feel like the house is relevant to this aspect, to the environment. It's the only environment indicator we've gotten, actually. So, that is speaking volumes to me. So it's like, I think this is where the metaphor aspect comes in. It's like, this has left you maybe guarded, maybe even just like a little less open, loving wise, heart space wise. And it's like gonna be a bit of work, and it feels to me like perhaps that's why you're not walking away exactly, because you feel like it's worth the work to illuminate this situation. That might even be what turns your luck around, or it might help to heal that guardedness in your heart space, which is ultimately what will turn it around too, is being able to move on, but then also like being that much wiser, that much stronger, that much more knowledgeable for it, which is where the Wheel of Fortune comes in, right? Because that is about fate and destiny and things in a lot of ways, but it is also about your luck and your fortune. And so it just kind of feels like with the Eight of Pentacles there, like, there's going to be work one way or the other, and it seems like this might be the most direct work to heal your heart space, to be able to get back on that wheel, no, to turn that wheel. I'm getting an image too of like mastering the Wheel of Fortune, like kind of like dancing and balancing on its center as it spins around you, kind of thing. And so it seems to me like this situation has been very heavy, obviously, given just what we've seen so far. And if you understand anything about alchemy, that's like the perfect situation for a Wheel of Fortune to play out if you're willing to put in the work, right? There's a lot of energy here, whether it be good or bad. You can transmute that to your own benefit. You can work with that to really turn things around and to really heal something inside you that's maybe needed to be healed for a long time. I mean, I don't know if you ended up in this situation because it was like really well masked, or because there was something that you were seeking to fill that, this seemed like it would, kind of thing. Like, we all do those things. That's certainly not from a place of judgment. That's just like the way being human is. So yeah, is I guess I would like some more information around like the nature of this, like the connections that are like at play here. Okay. Knight of Cups and Two of Pentacles came out. I'm getting an imbalance of emotions. An imbalanced night. It does seem like it was around a relationship. Of course, gender, it could be either or in the middle. But it's Knight of Cups with the Two of Pentacles here is like feeling very imbalanced. I don't know why. Well, I do know why, because that's just the energy, but like it's feeling very, very unbalanced for two cards that are generally about balance. It's like it's feeling like that is one person. Maybe that's a friend, maybe it was a lover. And what was this group that they were part of here? Queen of Wands, Page of Cups. Emotionally immature. Magical. Creative. It could be a coven. It could be like an art group. Again, polycule. I'm getting, it's not, this is interesting, because despite the Hierophant and traditional roles, traditional values, traditional rules, and all that stuff, it feels like a non-traditional kind of situation, kind of group, rather. And that's maybe why it was so hard to see the sneakiness at first, right? Because you're not assuming that going into that kind of situation. You're not assuming that there's going to be like some strict structure that you're supposed to adhere to, or that people are going to be expecting you to adhere to falsely, or however that plays out for you. I'm not sure. I think those are two people. I don't think the Page of Cups and Queen of Wands are separate. I think it's the Page of Cups is there to bring some of the maturity of the Queen down. Like the Queen of Wands, I see as usually a really positive card. It's like my card is the High Priestess, and I always see the Queen of Wands as kind of like baby High Priestess. So, yeah, I think it was to not baby High Priestess, but like slightly lesser High Priestess. And the Page of Cups like could be good on its own, but it's giving me like emotional immaturity and like not even the eagerness aspect of it, just like the really immature part right now. And the Queen of Wands can be fucking biting when she wants to be. So like that mixture of emotional immaturity and all the power that the Queen of Wands has, and how fiery she can be when she chooses to be, is like really an interesting combo, shall we say. I would not want to be messing with, like, not messing with, I'm not like, oh, they're threatening, but I mean, like, I just, this energy is like, I don't want anything to do with it, you know? Honestly, both of these people. Okay. I don't think we need, what, okay, yeah, what kind of group is it? Again, we're thinking of the house still, we're thinking of the home for the home aspect of it. The fact that there's two kind of separate energies that have come out here is interesting to me. Oh, it's the Magician. Magic! Like, it's like a, I mean, for some people this is going to make absolutely zero sense. For some people it'll make the most sense. It's like your pretty typical group of queer friends in this day and age. Well, at least the places I've been, everybody kind of dabbles in magic a little bit. And yeah, it's like, not everybody, but like a vast majority. It's like, it's almost seeming like I guess it could be like a new agey manifestation group, or like like yeah, I don't know. I'm getting like group of friends. I don't know why. How maybe it's a group of friends living in a house. Maybe it's just somebody you lived with. Maybe somebody's your family. Again, it could be just because you were in a relationship with one or both of these people. The Two of Cups keep showing up on the bottom of this deck. So definitely love vibes are happening here. But I don't know if it's about like a past relationship. Like this is just about a past relationship. Or like if that's we're getting ready for more love, so we got to get rid of the glove kind of thing. Okay, maybe that's where we go next. The group art is really interesting. The Magician is like, it's not, either way, it's a creative group. It could, again, we go back to like maybe group of artists or something. Like an art collective, perhaps. maybe you work at a gallery, maybe you work at a metaphysical shop, and this is a work situation. I don't know. I'm getting, it's not, it's not so casual as that though, which is why it would have the ability to cut so deep, and for a tower moment to even happen. Like, okay, yes, a tower moment can happen at work that is far reaching, but it's not exactly the same as when it's like friends, lovers, just loved ones in general. What is the wheel turning us? If we put in, if collective puts in the work of to turn that wheel, what is it turning to? Is this like moving on to a new love situation? Is this, what are we working with here? I'm having a hard time getting one. Two of Wands. I think that really depends on your choices. I think this is actually about being able to choose that or not. The Three of Wands was right underneath of it too, so I'm gonna put them both. I think that's relevant. It's like you're choosing what direction you're kind of steering this ship, but I don't think anybody else necessarily realizes that, because they seem to think that, like, there's no sign of like remorse here. Like, let me get some reading on these other energies, see how they're feeling about this, because it's like, it's seeming to me like you have this zoomed out perspective on the entire situation, and you might be the only one who does. And therefore, probably the energies we were talking about earlier just like think they got away with it, you know? They're just, it seemed, it, like with the fact, I don't know. Like I said, I need to get some more information on it. I don't want to speculate, but it is feeling like they think it's over. The unbalanced one is in their head about it. I just pulled the Eight of Swords for them. So, not the one that was the Knight of Cups and the Two of Pentacles. In their head. Very in their head about it. Which, okay. And this is Queen of Wands character. Judgment. They feel fucking righteous about this. I mean, not fucking, I mean, whatever. It is what it is. They feel righteous about this. They feel like they delivered the hand of, like, the judging hand of God with this or something, like, which is hilarious, because even just thinking that kind of negates them from having done that. Like, thinking about it in this way that they are, that's wild. They're wrong. I'm just going to come out and say that based upon what I'm seeing in the rest of the spreads so far. But they feel very righteous about what they've done. That Knight of Cups not feeling so righteous about what they've done. Queen of Wands feeling very righteous, and like they delivered judgment and it was divinely guided and it was proper and like helping them elevate. Like they were like, it's judgment day and this is righteous kind of thing. I really, this Queen of Wands character is, what happened? So, like, there was some gossip and some sneakiness. Can I get some more details on, like, what on this tower? Like, what actually happened here? An Ace of Cups. Somebody thwarted somebody's new start. Somebody tried to. Clearly not successfully. If you've got the Star and the Sun and the Six of Coins here, you might be having your new start elsewhere. But they didn't thwart you. But why? Why were we doing this? What? The Emperor. Control. Domination. Just power. It's not deeper than that. Maybe. The Devil is also here. Yeah. Their shadow demands they have power and control of every situation. And something about this Ace of Cups, something about this new start of yours was unseating their power or their control in some sort of way. So they had to become the Emperor Dark version, or reversed. I just don't read reversals because, as you can see, it comes out in just the way that the cards are coming out. But anyhow, yeah, it's literally just about, it's about control, and like, that's a vice for them. Like, that is one of their deeper shadow aspects. That is like what drives them. It drives their shadow, and it seems to me like their shadow drives them. So they just didn't want to see you happy, is what I'm getting. Which is so gross. It's like, what? Like, there's not... For the Ace of Cups to be the reason that they wanted to stop you, that's so mean. I don't know how to put it. That's just like, if I want to say inhuman, but like, humans act that way all the time, so it's not inhuman, but it's kind of a wild choice for sure. Kind of wild perspectives, and to feel like they've, like, I guess you would have to delude yourself into thinking that you were righteously judging someone to destroy someone's just like happy new start, like the beginnings of something beautiful for them. I don't know why the Queen of Wands is standing out here. It seems to me like the Knight of Cups has regret, at least on some level, because maybe that's why they're feeling so unbalanced. Maybe they were unbalanced before, I don't know. But the fact that they're Eight of Swords means that, like, they are thinking about this whole situation and not feeling great about it. They're at least trying to find a way to justify it, but they're having a hard time. The Queen of Wands, not so much. Though I do sense that if they were to lose that control, judgment is also relevant in the fact that they know that they would be very judged very harshly if they were able to lose the narrative of this, lose control of the narrative of this whole situation. If people actually found out, like, what they had done, exactly what they had done and how they'd done it, and like this gossipy aspect, the way they weaponize these like traditional, like, nice seeming structures and rules that we all must adhere to, if people are able to put together what they're doing, then their judgment will be twice as fierce as whatever they enacted upon you. I do want to go back over to these wands here, like, because this is like picking a direction and then going in it, which I was asking about love. So that's, I like, at first it was like, it's your choice. And I mean, it always is. But it's being a little, the Ten of Cups is on the bottom of the deck again. Is this about love, or is this perhaps about just connections in general? What is this direction? Like, I guess the answer is simply it can be whatever you want, but you're gonna need to approach anything with an ungloved love, as it were. You can't protect yourself forever just because of, like, what I'm seeing here, like, not many people are going to stoop to that level. Not many people operate that way. Like, there are definitely people in the world that operate that way, but that is not the vast majority of people. And I think that's a really important thing to say in this moment, because it seems to me like you are trying really hard to just rise above this, heal, move forward, but also not just let this person get away with it. And I think that's maybe, like, you should always protect yourself first, of course. But I think that's maybe a good thing, because I feel like this is an energy that is very sure of themselves and very sure of what they're doing, and perhaps this is not the first time they have done something similar to this, and this is possibly not going to be the last time. So if there is a way in your healing that you can illuminate this simply by living and doing well, which is kind of what it seems like, that's what we were talking about at the beginning. It seems to me like you have an opportunity to maybe turn this wheel for more than just you, or certainly neutralize somebody who really doesn't seem to operate from a place of love. They're loving with gloves, very much so. But while pretending that isn't the case. So it's very insidious. It's very insidious. What is in Collective's immediate future in regard to all of this? Like, are we... here's the Two of Cups. Oh, I knew it was coming. Okay. We got 3 cards here. I'm going to keep them because I think they're all relevant. 5 Pentacles, Knight of Swords, and 2 of Cups. So, understandably, maybe feeling a little bit left out in the cold. However, it seems to me you're going to be coming back into that warm door relatively soon, as the immediate future is Knight of Swords, which is a pretty quick forward moving strategic energy. And then the Two of Cups, which is connection, but dare I say love, dare I say you are moving towards your love with no glove. No, but seriously, you are putting this behind you, and you're going to be really strategic about the way that you deal with this, which is probably good given the situation. But though you feel perhaps lonely right now, I do think if you don't want love, fine, connection, friends, whatever, is kind of just around the corner for you. It's what's next. As long as you are able to kind of keep your head above the water and just move forward. Pick a direction, pick a path, and take it. I don't think it really matters what path you pick at this point, because I don't know that this is necessarily a specific person that is like you're going to come into contact with, or if it's just like there is more connection in your future if you are able to to handle this situation and to keep your heart open. Suddenly I'm reminded of the peacock again. Um, you're blooming. What are peacocks if not proud, beautiful? We already talked about flamboyance. Like and the fact that it was like that opening peacock, right? It's like peacocks, okay, they don't really look like normal birds, but until you see their tail, it's like, oh, is that a colorful pheasant? You know what I mean? Like they're not, it's their tail that makes them beautiful. And then, if you look at female peacocks without the tail, it's like they're like, okay, all birds are really interesting and beautiful. I'm not trying to call peacocks ugly or anything, but we all know where the show is, right? And it seems to me like maybe you're coming up on that moment. That's what this is about, with the sun and like this like turning of the wheel. It's like it is giving kind of revelatory energy, leading to a change in luck. And the peacock blooming feels like that's. I don't think that's the Knight of Cups here, or the Queen of Wands character. Like that's not the energy coming from them. It's definitely coming from you. Like you have all the positive cards here. They have all the not positive cards here. So I can I get more information on this Two of Cups? Yeah. Ace of Cups, Six of Cups. It's it's a beautiful new beginning for you. They may have taken your Ace of Cups, but like that's kind of empty sometimes. Don't get me wrong, I love a new emotional start, but like who doesn't like something a little bit more stable, right? And especially because you got cups here anyhow, so it's the Six of Cups are very sentimental. It's very can be nostalgic. It could be like an old flame. It could be your childhood best friend and you reconnect. It could be like you could be reconnecting with family. If it's not about love for you, it could be reconnecting with like old friends, family, or just like spending more time with people who you have a lot more nostalgic memories with, because it feels like the people in this situation, they are relatively new, though it seems like they did like mean something to you. They were able to cause all this upset. It just seems like they really didn't know you at all. If they like the energy I'm getting from you is so warm, like perhaps a bit confused and a bit lost right now. But from them, it's stinky. Like it's just stinky. I don't know how else to describe it. Um, and so, like, you are you. How can I put this? You are perhaps in a complicated situation and having complicated feelings about it, and it's messing with you, but your light is still just beaming forward. And I think anyone who's paying attention in any of the ways that actually matter will definitely be able to see that. And it's leading to something really sentimental and stable. Whether that be a new relationship, a new group of friends returning to an old group of friends, your family. Like, this situation that you've been, like, kind of tangled up in, I guess, for lack of a better term, doesn't seem to be all that huge of a chunk of your life or all that central to a lot. Like it's really relevant right now, but it's not really relevant in the grand scheme of things. You're going to be fine. They have a lot of karma and a lot to kind of come back from at this point, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. It's looking your immediate future is looking really positive. I don't. I almost want to end it there. I kind of just want to see, like, I don't know. I just want to see if you're able to illuminate. For the Nine of Cups is on the bottom of the deck, but I just want to see if you're able to illuminate the situation. If you are successful in that endeavor, Eight of Cups, you might just need to walk away. Let me see. I'm gonna pull it quick. Can I get a clarifier on that? No. The Queen of Coins. You should try until the point that it starts to affect your stability in any way. And then you should walk away. If you try to illuminate the situation and you find yourself slipping out of that Queen of Coins energy, that one deck I had the book for it described her as self-made woman, and I think about that a lot with the Queen of Coins. That's like the phrase that I really use to summarize her in my head now, because I thought it was really good and poignant. She is abundant and she wants to share her abundance with everyone, and she can always build more abundance, but I don't think you need to like hemorrhage energy, time, love, care in this situation. You might, by living well, be able to illuminate what's going on here. The question you have to ask yourself, like, yes, it would be altruistic to do it. And like I was saying, you could stop somebody else from perhaps dealing with this. You could, like, this is like a power structure. Let's keep in mind the Emperor and the Hierophant are both present in regards to the, like, dynamics here. You could, but it's not your job. If you have a chance to do it without it harming you, fine. But the second that it starts to cause you genuine harm to your life, you should walk away. You should walk far away, move on to this Two of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, Six of Cups situation that is waiting for you, because, like, these people, they just don't care. It's not about you. It's just, they just, like, we know how cliques work, and it's honestly, it's giving like high school clique. It's like, I don't know I don't know how old you are. I don't know where these people came. Maybe you are in high school, and if you're in high school, then I guess maybe that makes more sense. But I, barring that, I don't understand why these people are behaving this way or how this went down. It doesn't, like, nothing about your energy has come through as sneaky, like inauthentic. I guess those are kind of the same thing, but like mean, or like even like you're not like there's nothing even boastful necessarily. You just seem rather confident in the fact that you know that you can heal from this, and that there's something better on the other side of this for you, which is not usually the perspective that shitty people take. I gotta stop swearing for YouTube, but I don't think it actually matters that much. It's fine. It's like, you would never dream of being sneaky and then calling it like divine justice. But somebody here is. And yeah, I don't know that this is worth your time. I think that altruism is beautiful, and if you can do it, that's fine. I even, perhaps don't just give up like that easily, but I don't know. It might be a little bit of an exercise in futility is all. And like, anybody who wants to look at people like that and not see it long term, you know what? Maybe they're choosing their own path, kind of like you have to right now. Because I don't get the feeling that this was like a long running situation. I don't feel like this is your like lifelong group of friends. This is like a group you were part of. And maybe it meant a lot to you. Maybe, maybe you thought it was going to be something great with the Ace of Cups, right? You thought it was going to be this new emotional start. Maybe you've been put through the ringer in the past by other people too. And so you were like, okay, these people are different. And not only are they, well, I guess they're different, but certainly not not in the direction you were hoping. So I don't know. I think my advice for you is you know yourself better than anyone, and you know what path you have to take, but be very mindful of your energy. I trust you to make the right decision for yourself, and I think that it doesn't, like, these people don't have any real power over you based upon everything I've seen. You know what's going on here, and you've you've already been ousted, right? You're not part of this group, so what power do they really hold? Like, you're already looking at your two cups from the Five of Cups. You're already looking at your two cups that you still have and your new perspective on the whole thing, and you're just watching the water flow down towards them, which maybe that was maybe that was the blue I was seeing. Even I was saying there's a spiritual aspect to this, which there there is. That's I'm like maybe it's a religious group. Maybe it's like a church. That would be wild. A church group doing this, but again, it could be like a covenant or just like a group of like. Again, I'm magic. I don't want to say coven per se because it's not a word everyone would use, but like a group of people connected by perhaps their magical, spiritual, etc. kind of practices, or where that is just very relevant. But anyhow, as I was saying, you're just watching the other three cups spill and hoping that like runs off onto these people, and it may, but yeah, I just think that you should be careful and protect yourself first, and but again, this isn't like one of those like if you try to turn around and go like I'm not getting that at all. You like if you try to turn around and do this, it's not gonna like it might delay your healing and your like two of cups thing over there, but it's not going to stop it because it's not, again, I wasn't necessarily getting a specific person with the love part. It's more just about like moving forward to connection. So I think that you're going to heal your heart either way. It might just take longer, and like you might end up a little bit more jaded if you try to illuminate this and nobody cares. So that's something to keep in mind, because sometimes you can be speaking the truth and it's a hard pill to swallow for people, and it might mean they have to change something about their life. It might mean somebody who's really like central in a community has to be like called out. Nobody really wants to do that because they have this and power and all. With the Emperor and the Devil thing going on there, it might be too it might be more complicated than it's worth, is all I'm saying. It might not be. I say give it a try. I don't really feel like you have anything to lose here other than like maybe a little bit of time. I think you'll be fine though, because I think that you see these people for who they are and you're trying to move past it either way, but you're just kind of wondering if maybe you should try to give them some comeuppance. And like, I would, a lot of tarot readers would be like, no, just walk away, turn the other cheek, but whatever. Yes. I'm not saying go in for the attack at all. Don't do that. But if you can remain present enough near this group that the other people in it can see who you are through all this gossip, and kind of, as a result, see who the other people are, especially this Queen of Wands, who really feels like the central problem here. Maybe by comparison, they will look different. But as it stands now, like I said, don't burn yourself out. I think that's all there is. I don't think. Let me just double check. Yeah, no, there's not really anything more coming through. So yeah, do with that what you will. Thank you for listening all the way through. If you made it this far, I really appreciate you. This has honestly been a really enjoyable new endeavor. So I hope if you like my readings, you follow along. And yeah, I hope you have a good day and good luck with the situation.